Hi, so we're back in Autodesk Inventor 2020, and we're going to be learning to emboss today. So we're going to create a new part. Okay, so we need something to emboss on. We're going to go ahead and make a cylinder. You do need to be careful what shape that you make. So I use this circle tool here, and dimension to be 3 inches. So as I was saying, you have to be careful what shape you're trying to emboss on. Basically, you can't emboss on anything spherical. Okay, so it has to be a cylinder, a plane, flat plane, or a conical shape, but it cannot be a cylinder or a sphere. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and extrude this to get our cylinder. We'll go 6 inches. Click OK. Okay, and we want to make this solid gold, glossy gold there, and we're going to go ahead and, sorry. So we're going to go ahead and create a sketch on the side of this. Now we can't create a sketch directly because of the fact that we want the sketch to be sitting tangent to the surface of the cylinder here. So what we're going to do is that we're going to, I'm being careful because I want to do it on the left side here. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and highlight one of the origin planes. So we opened up origin by clicking on the plus. We highlight the plane that's kind of flat away from us, parallel to our view here. We're going to select the plane tool, and then click on, notice how we can see the preview here. So we want the plane that's closest to us, so it's going to be tangent. If I use the cube here, I can see that it's tangent. Okay, then we're going to go Start 2D Sketch. Click when the work plane highlights, I go ahead and click, and now I have a 2D sketch. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and make an arc first, and you'll see why in just a second. So we're going to go ahead and make an arc, just whatever looks good to you. And then instead of text, we're going to use geometry text. Okay, both controls work the same, but I wanted to kind of show geometry text here. So we'll click the arc, and we're going to go ahead and type a word here. So my word is going to be supreme. And we click, and lo and behold, supreme is backwards. Okay, so since we're looking at it from the left, basically the text is going to face the right by default. Okay, so here we have our word. If we go down kind of to the right, you can see that if we zoom way in here, you can see that supreme is facing towards the right. Okay, so let's go back towards the left. Well, how do we fix this? So 50% of the time it's going to be backwards. So let's go ahead and click Finish Sketch. We're going to highlight the work plane, right click, and click Flip Normal. Okay, now we've done Flip Normal right, and what we have here now is we have correct facing text. Okay, next thing's next. So we're going to double click the supreme here. Whoops, we're going to get back into our sketch, double click Sketch 2, highlight the word that you typed, and then we're going to go ahead and edit it. The second thing people do is they just go back into the editor, they click their mouse into the box, the cursor is blinking right here, nothing is highlighted, and they go ahead, they say, oh, I want to make it, some other font. In our case, we're going to make it Impact, and we click OK, and nothing happens. Okay, and the reason for that is that in Inventor, you have to select the text that you want to edit prior to changing anything. Okay, so we have to select the characters we want to change. Now we can change the font, we can change the size. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and do 0.7 inches and hit Enter. Okay, and notice that now we have nice big text there. Okay, but it's still on the left-hand side of the curve. So we're going to go ahead and move it over. In this case, we're going to move it, let's say, 15 degrees and hit Enter. I went a little bit too far. We're going to call it, let's say, 12 degrees. Okay, that's about right. Okay, I also want to move it up a little bit, so my offset distance, these values can be positive or negative. We're going to go 0.3 offset, click OK, and now it's a little bit up off the line like I want it. Okay, so there's our text that we're ready to emboss. And we're going to go ahead and do Finish Sketch. click Emboss. We're going to select the profile. That's the text we want. The depth is how far in or out of the surface it's going to be. Now in this case, because it isn't, it's possible that it will get to the surface if I click OK, but no, it didn't. It went ahead and gave me an error. Okay, it said basically that it can't find the surface. So I click Cancel, do Emboss again, we select our text, and this time I'm going to go ahead and do Wrap to Face. Okay, so Wrap to Face says, hey, go put the emboss on this particular face. We're going to select the cylindrical face we made before. We're going to leave it out for the time being at 0.1 depth. Click OK, and there we have it. So we see that it's been embossed on the surface. We can also, if we wanted to, have it cut in instead by changing the direction. If I click OK, you can see that it's cut in. Okay. We can also, I'm going to go ahead and change it back just for my own purposes. And then we're going to go ahead so that we don't see the work plane, and we're actually going to right-click on the work plane and uncheck visibility. Okay, so there we have it. The Emboss tool looks great. Have fun. I hope it's useful.